In this video, we will listen to a famous old story about a monk named Yashoda, who often found herself distracted by the actions and progress of her fellow monks. We will learn how the young monk Yashoda learned the invaluable lesson of focusing on herself, not others. The most important thing that we need to understand is that focusing on ourselves is not selfish. Taking the time to focus more on ourselves helps avoid burnout and brings more joy and contentment to our lives. Once upon a time in a Buddhist monastery, nestled in the rolling hills lived a young monk named Yashoda. She was diligent in her practice and devoted to following the teachings of Buddha. However, despite her dedication, Yashoda found herself often distracted by the actions and progress of her fellow monks. Every day during meditation sessions, Yashoda would peek at the other monks to see if they were sitting more upright or meditating with more profound concentration than she was. She compared herself to their progress, feeling a mixture of envy and frustration, as she believed she was not progressing as fast as she wanted. One day, after a particularly challenging meditation session, Yashoda decided to seek guidance from Li, a wise and compassionate old monk who had spent decades on his spiritual journey. Yashoda bowed respectfully before Li and expressed her troubles. "Master Li," she said, "I find myself constantly comparing my progress to that of my fellow monks. I feel inadequate and disheartened when I see others seemingly advancing more swiftly. What should I do to overcome these distractions and focus on my journey?" Li, with a gentle smile, and said, "Dear Yashoda, your struggles are not uncommon. Many of us face the same challenges on our spiritual path. Remember, each individual's journey is unique and unfolds at its own pace. Comparing yourself to others will only hinder your progress." Li continued, "Buddha taught us the importance of focusing inward and cultivating mindfulness. When you constantly look outside and measure yourself against others, you create unnecessary suffering and dissatisfaction." Li then shared a story. In a dense forest there were various flowers, each with its unique beauty and fragrance. The flowers did not compare themselves to one another, nor did they wish to become like the other flowers. They simply bloomed each according to its nature, adding to the beauty of the forest. He looked into Yashoda's eyes and said, "Just like the flowers, each individual has their strengths and weaknesses, their unique qualities and virtues. Your journey is a personal one, and the key is to focus on nurturing your inner garden, rather than worrying about others' progress." Yashoda listened intently, her heart gradually calming. Li continued, "Embrace mindfulness in every aspect of your life. When you meditate, be fully present in the moment, allowing your mind to settle naturally. When you perform daily tasks, do them with attention and care. In this way, you will find a profound sense of contentment and peace, free from the burdens of comparison." As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Yashoda took Li's advice to heart. She diligently practiced mindfulness, focusing on her journey without concern for others' progress. Slowly, she began to experience a deep sense of tranquility and self-acceptance. One day during meditation, Yashoda felt a profound shift within herself. She realized that comparing herself to others had been an unnecessary burden. In the silence of her heart, she embraced the wisdom of Li's teachings and understood that her progress was unique and perfectly suited to her spiritual growth. From that moment on, Yashoda became an embodiment of inner peace and contentment. She blossomed like the flowers in the forest, each petal reflecting her newfound wisdom. And so the young monk Yashoda learned the invaluable lesson of focusing on herself, not others, and her spiritual journey flourished, becoming an inspiration to all who encountered her in the serene Buddhist monastery. From the Buddhist perspective, the idea of individual self is an illusion. It is not possible to separate the self from its surroundings. Buddha states, "Things are not what they seem. The deeds exist, but no doer can be found." When you focus on yourself, you improve your relationships with those around you. When you start filling your cup up, you tend to see a vast improvement in your health, mindset, work, and goals. Whatever it is that's important to you, It's amazing how you stand taller, walk more confidently, and are more playful and happier. In its most literal sense, focusing on yourself revolves around self-care practices that meet your needs. Self-care allows you to turn your attention toward yourself in a fundamental way. Everyone has basic needs that play an important part in overall well-being, including sleep, nutrition, physical exercise, and relaxation. Neglect these needs and you're probably not getting enough time to recharge from life's various sources of stress. You might not notice much of an impact at first, but eventually you might see some unwanted changes in your physical and mental health. To work on yourself, especially if you're busy or have a tendency to put others first, you must practice assertiveness. Some ways to do this are saying no sometimes instead of yes, allowing specific circumstances in which you will do something for others, and determining circumstances in which you want to turn your phone off if necessary and pour some of that time and effort back into yourself. One of the best ways to be happier is to express gratitude. We feel better about ourselves and our lives when we are grateful for what we already have. If you are grateful for your life, you won't focus on others and what they have. Give up personalizing everything. You must learn to set aside your feelings, to concentrate on yourself. If you found inspiration in this story, support us by hitting the like button, sharing it with your friends, and leaving a comment below with your thoughts. For more moments of motivation and tranquility, don't forget to subscribe and ring the notification bell. Your engagement fuels our journey. Thank you for watching.